Chapter 3. How to use social platforms to grow your business. More than 50% of the world's population is using social media actively, according to Global Digital Overview. That's more than 4.3 billion people. And they are all waiting to be turned into your loyal customers. A good social media strategy can do just that, and here are a few things you need to start with. Pick the right platform for your brand. The first thing to do is to pick a platform that is right for your brand. That requires looking into the kind of customers you want to target and understanding where they spend most of their time. This is not a place for guesswork. The instinct is to believe that baby boomers don't spend too much time on social media, and Gen Z audience spends a lot of their time on TikTok and Instagram instead of Facebook. But follow research. Facebook and Pinterest are still quite popular among adults who are over 60. There has been a growing audience among adults over 65 years of age on Facebook. TikTok is another platform where starting brands are starting to experiment with advertising because of its popularity among the Gen Z crowd. In December 2020 alone, the app was downloaded by 56 million individuals. And these are new app downloads. Now, while these demographics are an indicator of trends, don't follow them blindly. Your social media strategy has to be specific to your brand and its potential customers. And you don't have to stick to just one platform. The best way to reach a range of businesses is to try different platforms and channels to meet your goals. Research shows that every internet user has about 8 social media accounts. This means you can connect with them on any and all of those platforms to suit your needs. For instance, if you are looking to generate leads and build an audience, Facebook is pretty great. If you are looking to improve customer service, Twitter is still a popular option. Think in that direction. Make a plan for your audience. The next step is to make a plan for your specific audience. Social media's efficiency lies in the fact that it gives you the ability to micro-target the audience. So, you need to study demographics and understand them first. Start by looking at your existing customers. Check your social media analytics to understand their behavior. Look into the data on who's your buyer and how they are connecting with you on any of these platforms. Gather information on the kind of hashtags and referrals for your website. That gives you a deeper look into your audience. Using that data, you can create what is called a buyer's persona. That will help you understand the best way to speak with your customers. After that, you must try and expand the range of your audience. This means bringing in more people like your existing customers on board. Sometimes that means you understand the demographic in one country and use a similar strategy in countries that have a look-alike audience. For instance, if you are running online courses, your understanding of the audience in the US can be used to reach similar demographics in Canada and even the UK. The Great Courses Plus has used this concept to increase their audiences in the UK, Canada, and Australia by about 10 times in monthly subscriptions. That, of course, is the total average. This strategy is not just limited to international operations. It can also be used by small and local businesses by monitoring conversations among existing buyers. From this, you can draw patterns to understand how the business can be expanded in the same region. During this process, it is important to remember that building a relationship with the consumer is critical. When you are a small business with a dedicated group of people to reach, you need to cash in on that situation. Instead of asking them to buy more products, try to establish a rapport with them. Use social media to push the product, but more importantly, let them connect with your brand. Over 44% of internet users make use of social media hookup brands and their products. That means, if you run a good strategy, you have the opportunity to grab their eyeballs. If you stand out from the crowd, you might even be able to turn them into loyal customers. So, how do you stand out from the crowd? Indeed, this is sometimes easier said than done. There is a lot of noise on the internet, especially on social media, and every user is constantly trying to declutter their timelines. For instance, at any given point in time, Facebook users roughly deal with more than 1,000 posts on their newsfeed. You need to figure out how to get them to stop scrolling and check out your message. The best way to reach your audience is through engagement. When the crowd responds to your organic content, this means posts, pictures, and videos that you have not paid for. Talk to them through comments and personal messages when applicable. Engage with them and build a certain amount of trust. This kind of engagement is 24/7 exciting to the users. It inspires them to like and share your content, which in turn gives you entry into free and new avenues. On Facebook, engagement is a great analytical piece of information. The platform itself uses it to understand and predict the kind of posts user is inclined to see. When you have a rapport with the followers of your Facebook page, they will end up seeing more of your stuff from those 1,000 posts in front of them. So, your focus should be on getting their attention and getting them to like your page. Over time, you can build a community of such followers who can be convinced to share your posts. That is a step toward reaching potential customers. And eventually, you will see that it gives you returns in the form of increased sales. That's about getting new customers. But the other thing to pay attention to is to retain the existing ones. A survey by Hootsuite showed that 69% of the respondents said that social media was a big factor in helping them maintain customer relationships. Use this information to your advantage and increase your leads. But that's not all. You can use this information to even generate leads by targeting more groups of people. This has been proven to be a great factor in success. We will talk about that in detail in the following chapters, but here's a peek into how you do that, especially if you are a small business. Start by promoting gated content on your pages and groups on Facebook. Gated content is basically when a user needs to finish the process of filling out a form or buying a subscription before they have access to said content. This is a standard way of generating leads to gather useful information about the user. So, what you must do is create content that works for the audience you are planning to target. This is because they need to get a little push to fill out that form or purchase of the subscription you are offering. When it comes to the content itself, visually appealing graphics and good copy, that is the text you use in and around the content, along with a call to action or a CTA, are good places to start.